It's really quite astounding that Donald Trump has been in office all of 17 days. And in that time, the 47th president has revoked all of President Biden's executive orders, seen 11 cabinet officials confirmed, frozen funds for grants and federal aid, offered to buy out 2 million federal workers, ordered federal workers back to work, issued a freeze on federal hiring, ordered a review of the Federal Emergency Administration, called for the elimination of government diversity programs. And that's just a small sampling of what has been going on the last 2.5 weeks. Democratic leaders are frustrated by their inability to respond to President Trump's second term as he floods the zone with so many initiatives. Nancy, I'm sure you have thoughts on this matter.
Well, as far as I can tell, I think the approach, everyone's going to look to the courts grabs because it doesn't look like Congress wants to step in. So that's interesting. The real issue is what's going to happen to us. As I've said, Montgomery County, Prince George's County, Northern Virginia, we're a part of a company town. So many people here either are a federal employee or consultant or contractor with the federal government, one way or the other. And all those lives are being affected. I know of a company that's been providing international services through AID that's about to declare bankruptcy. They have to lay off 100 plus people in this country, 600 people elsewhere in the world. My daughter works at the EPA. Her husband works at DOE. Travel's been canceled. Are they going to be able to do their assigned jobs? She signed up to go work out on behalf of the California Fire Rescue. But is that deemed a function? My son-in-law's job at DOE actually is funded by FEMA, which for some reason has been caught in the crossfires of I don't know what is being thought at the White House. So the implications of this are huge, and I'm just a tiny little piece of a huge area that's going to be affected. Nonprofits are closing. People are losing their jobs because of that. It's no predictability. And same for governments. There's a lot of federal money here, one way or the other. All that money apparently is being evaluated. When will the answers come out? When will Elon Musk say okay or nay? He seems to be on a nay approach.
Oh, you're breaking up a little bit, Nancy.
We're going to go apparently he's been given the power of the purse for the government.
So sure. let me go to Laurie on this now. Laurie, President Trump seems to have hit the ground running. And why is he racing so fast to remake America?
Well, he made a lot of campaign promises, right? So he means to fulfill all of them because he did quite a good job the first time he was in office, fulfilling his promises. And remember Project 2025 during the campaign? Well, I bet Democrats are kind of wishing that that's what he would be doing right now instead of the flurry of activity that is going at a much faster pace than even Project 2025 was planning to do. I think it's a great strategy to move really fast because right now Trump has high favorability ratings, and most likely during a president's term, they go down over time. Maybe they won't with President Trump, but he's currently riding on the tailwinds of his victory. And it's going quite well, I think. I know the Democrats like in Maryland, like Chris Van Hollen and Jamie Raskin are taking a big bet, going way on the other side with all the real far leftists, and they're crying that democracy is in jeopardy, and that they're claiming that Trump is a dictator, and they're saying that Elon Musk has a secret squad of company men pulling a hostile takeover. All of this, I think is a little bit far out there on what's really going on. And Republicans, on the other hand, are ecstatic They're so happy. Maybe some would like to see a little bit slower pace, but I think a lot of us are extremely happy that we're seeing everything happen that he said would happen. So, but at a much faster pace than we even expected.
Well, I worked in government for 9 years early in my career, and there are definitely essential services that we have in our government. I worked at Department of Energy, Nancy, as your son-in-law does, and I worked in the Commerce Department, and there are essential services. So you wonder how soon this will all be sorted out. You hope that it's sooner rather than later, and that within the next 30 days that those essential services are recognized and restored if they are, and that we get a little more stability. It's really shocking how quickly everything has occurred, and as we've indicated, there's collateral damage from every action has a reaction. The old laws of physics are in play. So but we want to think positively about how things are going to play out. Any other final thoughts, Nancy?
So, I mean, a week ago or two, I don't know if you can hear me.
I got you now.
A week ago, we were talking about Greenland and Panama. Now we're talking about Gaza. And now the world is saying, don't pay any attention to what the leader of the United States says. It's just talk. And I would think that even people on your side of the party line would kind of wonder, is that what we want as a country? Someone whose words cannot be trusted because they're viewed as just talk. Now, it's one thing to negotiate
I view it differently,
in the back room,
Nancy.
but to just say these things randomly is just.
But I think it's really good. I think it's good.
Upsetting.
I think it's good to hear what Trump is thinking.
And that's what people said about Hitler.
No. Trump is.
Yeah,
good to hear. He's different. He's not
they said.
He's
it's
not.
Good. It's going to be great.
Trump is not a typical politician. He kind of speaks what he's thinking, and I like being able to hear what he's thinking. I think and you do have to take what he says with a grain of salt, because not everything is literal. I can think of a lot of people in history who didn't say everything they really meant and were speaking more metaphorically. So I really think we just, I think people are learning to just let him say a few things that maybe don't sound like they're all ironed out yet, and then they get ironed out later on, and it works.
Well, you both have very valid points, and we're going to have to wait and see as to as the Trump administration shakes out. I listened to a blogger the other day who said, when listening to Donald Trump, don't react right away. Wait 72 hours and see what the position might be.